AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Flory, your host.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom today, Mr. Adam Clapp, is the superintendent of Monticello Schools. And Mr. Clapp, a good morning to you, sir. How you doing today?
Doing great, Seth. Thanks for having me again.
For sure. Thanks for making time for us. Always good to have you on the program. And I'll tell you what, fall programming is moving right along. I literally cannot believe it is week 9. I am just blown away. We're already here.
Yeah, it's week 9. Football teams qualified for the playoffs. We got we're sitting at 6-2. All of our postseasons are imminent or already happened. So we're right in the middle of obviously week 9 in football. Boys soccer, we're hosting the regional there. So we're playing in the regional semifinal against Pleasant Plains tomorrow. So that's an exciting time for our school and our kids. And we wrapped up state golf a couple weeks ago. Kate Sanders placed 12th as an individual. Our girls team placed 9th, which is the highest our girls team's placed in school history. So it was really cool to get over there to Decatur and watch those girls play and perform. But it's exciting. So, we have soccer regionals we're hosting. Coming up, cross-country regionals are this weekend. Volleyball team is sitting at 20-12 and getting ready to play regionals next week. So that's exciting. The middle school cross-country team had 2 boys place in the top 10. So that was exciting. Monty Owens placed 6th and Brooks Freeberg placed 10th. So that's really awesome for those guys as well. So it's busy here, like always. But yeah, we've wrapped up the first quarter couple weeks ago, which is crazy even to say. And like you said, it's week 9 in the football season, and just exciting times to be a high schooler here at Monticello.
Sure. How's soccer team looking this year?
Soccer team's doing well. I believe they're 8-12, so a little under 500, but they're playing well, and we got a shot. So Pleasant Plains is the 2 seed, but they're nothing we haven't seen already. So with our conference in soccer, St. Joe is very, very good this year. BCC is always good. St. Thomas More, obviously, is always a good competition. So we feel like we play great competition all year. So we feel as tested as anybody going into the regionals. So we could pull the upset tomorrow, and looking forward to doing it on our home field.
Sure. And of course, you get to showcase that nice new facility there. I know they've been using it for a few seasons now, but still, it's a great, probably one of the nicest soccer facilities you'll find in the area.
Agree, and I think you add the just the overall atmosphere with the bleachers and the video board. It's just awesome. So when we score goals, we play our music. We have great time as fans. So it's just really cool to see our kids performing well, and being able to host the regional is an advantage to us as well.
I know we'll talk about some facilities things here in a bit, but when are you going to get that new video board at the football field, Mr. Clapp?
We haven't. I mean, it's been brought up, but it's not really on the horizon because, we host 4 to 5 football games a year. The soccer field, we're hosting, 13 or 14 in the fall, 13 or 14 in the spring, and then all the track meets. So it made the most sense to put that video board across the street at the Wilkie Complex,
right,
just to get the most use out of it. So, and it's awesome. If you've been to a soccer game, you've seen it in action. If you've been to a track meet, you've seen it in action where we have live results going up on the board, just like you're at Eastern Illinois University for the state meet. So It's pretty cool addition to our facility.
Yeah, for sure. I was just giving you a hard time about that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I get a hard time every once in a while for that.
Sure. As the fall season rolls along, Mr. Clapp, it's not going to be long. We're a few weeks out from that winter sports season kicking off here pretty quick, are we not?
I think girls basketball starts on November 3rd, I believe, and then the boys will follow the week after that. So winter sports, it's crazy to think about, but because it just turned cold. I feel like it just became fall, just like within the last few days. So to start thinking about winter activities, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was making the comment over in, I don't know if you went up to Fairbury Friday night for the football game, but I was making the comment. It feels like every year we go to Fairbury and it is the crummiest October night you could ever ask for, and it was just ideal. A little breezy, but it was ideal Friday.
It was beautiful. That's what fall Friday nights are supposed to be like.
Right.
Just a little bit of crisp in the air, little breezy, but it didn't seem to affect the play. And yeah, like you said, every time we've been up there, it's rainy, it's cold, and it was really cool to sneak out the win on Friday.
No doubt. For sure. Yeah.
Yep.
And, just enough harvest air to make you feel like you're going to pass out. So,
right. Yeah.
Up there in the middle of all those cornfields. I tell you what, it's a great little venue they've got, though, for sure. Well, Mr. Clapp, as we roll along here for this morning, what's kind of kept you busy? What's been on your plate lately? I know you mentioned you've got the school report card data. I know you can't put all of that out there, but what can you tell us about school report cards and what at this point?
Well, at this point, so we've been reviewing our personal data, our Monticello schools data for the last few weeks, and things are looking good. We can't release that to the public yet until October 30th, when the whole school report card comes out. But preliminary, results from the Illinois school report card, it looks like we are doing well, and our scores are better than the year prior in most grade levels, so that's awesome. It kind of shows that we're some of the changes we've made in the last couple of years as far as math curriculum, and this upcoming year we will see how our new curriculum and ELA in our elementary buildings is going to be impacted for the standardized testing results. But everything looks good right now. I'm very happy with our designations, our school designations, so we're happy with that. And the frustrating part to me is we have all this information and we got to wait several weeks before we can release it to the public. So we are going to be presenting our school report card data at the November board meeting, and it's one of those things where, as an admin team, we want to be able to talk about that right now because we're excited about it. But we'll wait and we'll do our presentation in November.
Among the intricacies of the school report card, just remind us, what are some of the weighted aspects of it? Like, I know one of the biggest gripes of superintendents is the weighted nature of the standardized testing. Some of the things that aren't always a controllable aspect from a school district perspective. Like, what are some of the bigger factors that go into your school report card score?
Well, I mean, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head and those weights, but obviously there's the achievement, the proficiency score, and there's the student growth component. And those are two things that, if you're doing a good job in the classroom day to day, you expect to have positive results in your proficiency score and your student growth scores. But the few that kind of jump out to me, especially, well, one in particular is the chronic absenteeism, which, that score, we encourage kids to come to school. We have very high attendance rates, but we still struggle with the chronic absenteeism, which takes into effect, if you miss more than 10 days of school throughout the school year, then we get a negative results on our Illinois school report card. Mm-hmm. So the Illinois school report card is it's valuable in taking a look at yourself and how you can improve your state assessment scores, as well as like your chronic absenteeism numbers. But at the same time, that one is going to be very hard to move the needle on when we already have a 93% to 94% attendance rate, but we still have students who sick or vacation or just absent with parent. We're going to get docked a little bit on that chronic absenteeism. We don't have an attendance problem per se, but that is a challenge when it comes to kids getting sick during the winter, or there's a vacation that was planned during the school year. Even though it's excused, it still counts against you. So that's a little bit frustrating, but we'll see what the state and Illinois State Board of Education does for next year when they're going to be making some tweaks to the school report card. And we don't know what those might be yet, but I do know they're working on that and kind of changing the designation system as well. And so we'll see how that plays out at the state level. But Monticello historically scores really well with our Illinois State report card. So we're excited about the data being officially released at the end of the month.
I wonder how the evolution of things like students, English as a second language students coming into districts. I don't know how much of that you're seeing in Monticello, but also students with special needs and certain disabilities and learning challenges and those sorts of things. How much is the those things starting to become a factor for districts? How much is that impacting your school report card data, you think?
As far as Monticello goes, there's an impact, but it's not a significant impact. We do a really good job of meeting kids where they are and giving them the supports they need. So we're confident each year when we go into testing season in the spring that we're prepared, and our teachers are doing a great job. Everybody talks about teaching to the test. We don't teach to the test, but we do. Our curriculum is aligned with the state standards. So if you're doing a good job implementing your curriculum, you should be prepared, as best prepared as you can be come the spring. So, and we feel like we do a great job of that. And we don't try to put pressure on kids to perform. We just know that by doing our best every day, it'll pay off in the spring in those state assessment scores.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, that state assessment is just one snapshot in time. Right. I think that's something you have to consider as well.
Well, and to your point, going back to perhaps the State Board of Education making some changes next year on the report card, perhaps something that they've heard enough of, and they probably, they're all, from what I understand, most of them former educators at some level, understand that those assessments are just a snapshot in time. It doesn't tell you the whole picture, Yeah,
and that's one of the things they did for this year is they changed the cut scores for what qualifies as proficient in English and math and science to basically make Illinois on the same playing field as other states with their cut scores. So that's exciting. We'll see how the data plays out on that over time. But I think we like reviewing the data, but it's not the end all to be all. We feel we do a great job of meeting kids where they are and making sure they have the supports they need to be successful, not only in the classroom or on a test, but when they walk out of here as graduates of Monticello for the next step, whether it's college or career. We feel like we've equipped them with the things they need.
Sure. Very good. Well, Mr. Clapp, anything else on school report card data? I know you mentioned it is embargoed until next month at some point. I thought you said anything on just how, what's that?
October 30th is when it gets released officially.
Okay, so next week or so we'll be able to see that. But again, final thoughts on that and just where Monticello's at. As again, you can't tell us everything, but you kind of know where you're at. How do you feel? And just final thoughts on it. We
feel great about it. And at the same time, it's going to kind of just set the bar for where we want to go and what maybe reveal some holes that we have. And as we move forward, we always want to be in that top tier conversation of schools in the area, and I believe that we will be. So it's exciting.
Mr. Adam Clapp is the superintendent of Monticello Schools, my guest on the Zoom. More to come with Mr. Clapp on the morning show.
WHOW.
Next on our Corn Hall of Fame tour, Pioneer brand Power Core Enlist corn.
Ooh, look at all the trophies.
Yes, Power Core Enlist beats competitors with a 7.7 bushel per acre yield advantage. 3 distinct modes of pest control action and unsurpassed herbicide flexibility mean above ground pests and weeds can't win.
But what if they try?
They wouldn't dare. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/powerup.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Jay Peterson here from Peterson Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent in Clinton, Farmer City, and Maroa. Stop by any of our locations or call 935-6605.
Make this school year their strongest yet Book your child's back to school or sports physical today at SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln. Keep them healthy, focused, and ready for success. Find out more by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police splatter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Flory, your host. We join you weekday mornings from 10 until 11 on WHOW, on AM and FM, and on the WHOW streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on Central Illinois Ag Station, WHOW.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, Mr. Adam Clapp is the superintendent of Monticello Schools. And Mr. Clapp, I neglected to mention this. We were talking about all the fall things going on. Your middle school band, or I'm sorry, high school band. What's been going on with them? I know they were at a prestigious event last weekend and another one this weekend.
Yeah, so Monticello High School band, marching band, is always the talk of the town in the fall. So they 2 weeks ago they won the Mount Zion Invitational, and last weekend, or just a couple days ago, they were at Bands of America Super Regional at St. Louis. Kids had a great time, and they're looking forward to their next competition, which is the University of Illinois Marching Band Championships, which is on this coming Saturday. So the name of the show is Spellbound. It's really cool. You get a front row. Well, the probably best seat in the house when it comes to watching the marching band on Friday nights. They've done an outstanding job, and it's really cool to see Mrs. Allender and Mrs. Allen take the marching band playbook per se from pre-band camp to execution all the way through to our University of Illinois competition. So the kids doing a great job. There's over 80 kids in the band this year. So it's an exciting time for Monticello High School marching band, marching sages.
It's crazy how sometimes the fall sports season is an evolution. I mean, band, football, soccer, cross country. It's the foundation is all like, you start here and you end up here. You know what I mean? And it's all just building to kind of that end of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it went with marching band to go from learning your steps and learning the formations back in, they even start back in the spring with some of that stuff, but to see it really come together in pre-band camp and then band camp and then develop throughout the entire season. These kids do a tremendous job. Mrs. Allen and Mrs. Allender, they're awesome. I tell people all the time, we have the best band directors around, and it rivals the same type of respect that Coach Welter gets throughout the state. Mrs. Allender and Mrs. Allen have that same type of respect around other marching programs.
And that's
so
the thing.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't just a one-off or an anomaly or anything like that. I mean, these are competitions your band is at year after year after year, and they're doing well at these things year after year.
Yeah, that's just a testament to our kids and the work they put in, and Mrs. Allender and Mrs. Allen, the work they put in. And it's really cool to see our kids in their element, doing an awesome job and having fun while they do it. And then, you've seen it on Friday nights where we have a group of band parents that are super supportive as well, and they help get props on and off the field, and that's the same thing that happens at band competitions as well. So that same group of people helps our kids get things on and off the field. So awesome. It's going to be a great end of the year competition on Saturday, and we're hoping to bring home some hardware.
Very good. Very good. Well, Mr. Clapp, let's wrap it up with facilities. I know just outside your door there, you've got some work going on. What's the latest? What's happening in Monticello right now?
Yeah, so we're still our bathroom project wrapped up here at Washington School, and the elevator project is ongoing. So right now they're finalizing the elevator pit, cutting some concrete out, and if you listen really closely, you can hear a jackhammer going right now. So that's an adventure here in an elementary school of explaining to kids what that sound is. But that's part of it right now. So we're living in a construction zone per se. Down in the locker room under Miller Gym where the pit's being cut in. But hopefully that'll be wrapping up around Christmas time. And if you're here during the hoopla, I'll take you down there to take a look at our new elevator.
Well, of course I'm going to be there during hoopla.
Yeah. So I'll give you the tour.
Perfect. Sounds good.
But then on the horizon, we're looking at, we're still exploring options for expansion. We are at capacity here at Washington School, and we want to be proactive with that. So the board is considering some options for some building additions and how we can best utilize space in the district. So those conversations will continue in November, and we're looking forward to seeing what could come forward with those discussions and kind of designs with our architect.
We'll be on the lookout for what's next in that phase. Mr. Clapp, I look at the clock. I need to let you go, my friend. Best way for folks to learn about all things Monticello schools.
Yeah, check us out at www.sages.us, or you can catch us on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Very good. Mr. Adam Clapp is the superintendent of Monticello Schools, my guest on the Zoom today. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way next on the morning show.